So how long was it your job to go underground?
How long was we under
How long did you do that for?
underground work? I was probably there just a few months.
Okay.
I wasn't out there very long, but I was very good. I was known as one of the best helpers. Uh, that I became. I could well uh, use a burner, patch the conveyor belts, work on them. I was a steeplejack also. My job as a steeplejack was taken away from me because they put me on a tank that was a cone shape. I was to go down and do some work on a little walkway that around that tank, and I froze. I got to thinking about my children and my family, and if I fell, and I froze and couldn't move. They realized I was froze. As they were sending somebody after me, my head was against a wasp nest. The wasps was flying, started flying around my head, woke me up from that freeze, and then I never was allowed to do any steeplejack work anymore. That is, the steeplejack is we would go out on a beam, building buildings, and you've seen pictures of that because you don't supposed to think about these things. And so that, and then I went to the conveyor belt and worked on it, and that is where the coal is brought out of the mines. Concord is in Short Creek. Those mines are the ones that I was working on there. And so then after they went on the strike, I had bought a home in Tarrant City. I paid $8,000 something dollars for it. My payment was $58 a month. And when they went on the strike, I couldn't meet those payments. So I went back into the broker that I bought the house through, and he gave me permission to come with his company. And then that's when I came home. All I had was $10. I spent $7.50 buying a book on what they call Questions and Answers by Seminar on real estate. My wife and her sister were sitting on the front porch, or the back porch. They laughed. She says, "Clyde, you have spent $7.50 of the last $10 we got for that book. You cannot sell anything. You was raised in a coal mine village. You break up the English language sometimes because you don't have that education that you needed. I don't think that you can sell." I went and asked Vulcan Lincoln Mercury for a job selling automobiles. This was in 1950. No, not 50, because I got out of service in 53. This was in 59. They gave me a job it was in August, the worst month that you want to sell a car because they're changing years. They had the old Edsel. I sold 5 cars the first month. I become such a good salesman that the other people would try to get people to come and keep me out of the floor. They offered me a salary to not leave, but I left and got when I passed the examination for the real estate. The first month I was in real estate, I sold 5 houses. And that is the start from that point on. I found out, as your granddaddy has said, that I was a heck of a salesman. That's because I love to talk. I love to help people. When I was in business, the older people would recommend me to other people due to the fact that I always treated them like I wanted my mother to be treated and representing them. If I didn't make any money, that didn't make any difference. I just would help them. And it helped me in business. In Chalkville, that's how I got to own all that land and build those shopping centers. Because those were old retired people. And in fact, one of them was the one that invented the electric fishing reel. But they recommend go see him. Don't deal with Engel Mortgage. Don't deal with all these others. See this man. And that's how I ended up owning all that land, because there was different ones. So you see, if you be kind, you try to treat people, you know, it works. I told your daddy, your granddaddy, I said, I can't help it. I mean, the money part don't mean that much to me. It's just that I want to make people happy. I want to do something for them. And I make money off of it now. Now, my investments, my money came from buying and selling. I'm St. Vincent Hospital in Trostville. There's 500 acres there that I bought from a coal company. The secret to making money in real estate is using other people's, the bank's money, not yours. See, I bought that land. Nobody knew what to do with it. I bought that under a contract. And then turned around and sold the city of Birmingham 200 acres for a par. What I paid for the 500. Then the hospital came in and bought the other 300. Now that is really where I make good money. By buying and selling, investing. My wife ran the real estate company. My sons ran the building company. And that was of the operation that we had going.